Pack your bags, Teresa. We're going to the Gulf Coast.
Alabama.
You got that right. You guys know Teresa and I love traveling, which is why we couldn't be more excited about our new sponsor, Spectrum Resorts.
They have 2 incredible properties on the Gulf Coast, so you can get away from it all at either the Beach Club or Turquoise Place.
And right now, get $200 off your stay at either resort by booking directly through Spectrum Resorts using promo code POD1. That's POD and the number 1. Book the Beach Club for a relaxing, safe, and secluded beach resort vacation, or Turquoise Place and experience the epitome of luxury with hot tubs and grills on every balcony, along with a lazy river and other world-class amenities. You'll have the best time at either resort with dining, shopping, resort-style pools, plus organized activities, and so much more.
Doesn't this sound amazing, guys?
Amazing, Teresa.
Just make sure you book directly through Spectrum Resort for amazing perks at either property, including discounts on dining, spa, treatments, and more. Plus, at Turquoise Place, you'll even get complimentary breakfast, which is a big savings for families.
It sure is. So check out beachclubal.com or turquoiseplace.com to book your vacation using promo code POD1 for $200 off your next stay at either resort. That's $200 off your next stay using promo code POD1. Again, that's POD and the number 1. We'll also put the links in the show notes. And thank you again to Spectrum Resorts for sponsoring this podcast. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. It's the Married at First Sight edition. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-host. It's the one and only Teresa out there.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Teresa.
Jonathan, let's get a bidet so our tushies are clean.
Well, if I learned anything from this episode, it's the couple that bidets together stays together.
For now.
So, well, before we started, I just wanted to give you the chance to tell our friends how masculine I am.
Very masculine, but I think I'm more masculine.
You definitely are more masculine.
Why would you think that? I mean, I am, but why?
Well, define masculinity, I guess.
Like take care of things?
No, I do that.
Well, sometimes I'll help you out.
I would say, and first of all, masculinity is so 2016, so that's in the past. But you take care of bugs when it comes to bugs. We've told the story of Teresa coming home to me standing on our sofa in New York City going, "Why are you standing on the sofa?" And I said, "Because if you look underneath that book, there's a giant cockroach." So I think that's pretty masculine of you. So thank you for that. And you're stronger than me, probably. You can pick me up. You like to pick me up.
I love to pick you up.
That's pretty masculine. So yeah.
Do I look masculine?
No, definitely not.
That was a little pause.
Definitely. Well, you're getting muscular.
Do I? A little bit.
You took some time off from the gym, but you were getting some pipes.
Oh, back at the pipes.
Yeah. I think it's good to have a balance. I'm definitely not 100% masculine, and I'm not 100% feminine. I think
you're not feminine.
I'm a little. I mean, we have a reality TV podcast. I don't think that's the most masculine. I don't think my dad would have expected this from me.
Your dad is not the most masculine person either.
Definitely
I can
not.
pick him up too.
Something to look forward to, Dad, on our next family vacation. No, he's not, but he's well balanced.
I take care of things. I do a lot of things. I
don't like that as the definition of masculinity, though.
You don't?
Taking care of things? No, I think there's different things to take care of, and I think women take care of a lot of things and have always. Like women always, if you go back in the day, women always took care of the home.
Not just the home. I take care of like if there is something to complain about, I call and complain.
No,
because you're too nice.
You make me call everyone.
That's not true.
You always make me call everyone.
Well, it depends who it is. But then but then you get too nice and we're not getting what we want. So then I have to call and be the asshole.
There's a difference between being masculine and being an asshole. So yes, I would agree. You are ruder than me.
Absolutely, but for a reason. America. America, bitches.
What are you talking about?
If you're a little rude, you get what you want.
I don't know who taught you that. It could go sideways real quick.
It can, but like I'm never rude to the point that people would be upset with me. I'm just firm. I go straight to the point. You're so nice. You sometimes talk around.
I think you get, I don't know what this saying is, but I think you get you catch more bees with honey. I truly believe that. I truly believe people are going to go out of their way. There's more of a chance they're going to go out of their way for you if you're nice to them. If you just come in hot, they're going to like, screw you.
No, here's the thing. I never come in hot unless someone screws up. Like, I always go in with an open mind and being nice, whatever it is. But then if people fuck with me...
You're going to fuck back.
I'm going to fuck back.
All right. Well, it's settled then. You're more masculine than me.
I think we're equally masculine.
That's what I was looking for in this relationship. Just someone who's equally as masculine. All right. I'll take it.
You stop it while I come pick you up.
All right. Let's move on before this gets any weirder than it already is. Real quick. We're on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Maybe we'll post a little story of Teresa picking me up. Who knows? We put some weird things on there, like memes and news and other things. You message us, so it's fun. At Married to Reality Pod on Instagram. Also, we're on Patreon. Patreon.com/Married to Reality. That's actually where we would put such a video if there was one. That would go on the Patreon, as well as our Darcey and Stacey recaps, which are unfortunately coming to an end. Next week, I think is the last.
I have one more thing. I have a more masculine car.
You do. You really do. You really do. We're not going to get into it because because I got the car that I have because of you.
And I told you, get a new car, I'll get yours. And you said, no, you get a new car, you deserve it. So I got a new car.
Yep, you definitely do. Patreon.com/Married to Reality.
But I love your car. It's a baby.
And I love your car. So get on that Patreon for Darcey and Stacey for the next couple of weeks. And then it's going to be Love in Paradise, as well as Seeking Brother Husband. You heard right. We're doing 2 shows on Patreon. So patreon.com/Married to Reality. Maybe if enough of you guys join, I can get a masculine car. So...
You can.
Let's see if we can make that happen.
You had a masculine car in the past. It was time for you to step down.
It's getting too masculine. Also, make sure you guys are listening or following us wherever you're listening. So if you're on Apple, follow us on Apple. If you're on Spotify, follow us on Spotify. It's so easy to do. Look down, smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hot and clean as the bidet.
I feel like we're going to have a deep discussion on this bidet.
Well,
in a moment.
Well, I told you it would be a fun thing to have.
Save it for the episode.
Oh, okay.
Save it for the episode. So smash it like it's as hot as that bidet. And last but not least, if you haven't left a review, please do. We love. Like Darcey says, we love. Love. So if you haven't left a review, please do. 5-star reviews we read on the 90-day podcast, the Monday.
Those are the best reviews.
The 5 stars. Love them. So if you write something nice, we'll read it on the 90-day podcast.
Yeah.
All right. That is the housekeeping. Let's do it. There are some things to discuss this episode, so I think we shall do that. Starting with Nicole and Chris's clean butts.
Yes, guys. In case you didn't know, this is the sexy talk episode.
Oh, yeah.
That not everyone is on board with, so...
Not everyone's having sex, but everyone's going to be forced to talk about it.
Actually, the only people having sex are these two.
So let's talk about it.
Clean butts for the impromptu sexy time.
Here's what I would say if I was Dr. Pia. I would say if you need a bidet to be clean in case of impromptu sex, your sex life is probably okay. Need a bidet? Sex life's okay.
Baby wipes are good too.
Baby wipes are okay. And I don't know if you're stashing them somewhere and using them in secret, but I know we proudly displayed them for a long time at our last place. But then I think we got nervous about flushing them.
Yeah.
So I've strayed away from the baby wipe. I don't know if I can get behind a bidet or on top of a bidet or whatever.
Really? Why not?
It seems personal. I don't know if you share a bidet. I know you do.
You don't touch it. Like it's not like you shove it up your butt.
Well, here's the question. And I hope you guys aren't eating during this podcast, but it's okay. How do you not get the bidet covered in all sorts of things? How does the bidet stay out of the way during the day?
I think it splashes you from the side.
If it can splash your butthole, it can also get splashed by your butthole.
Yeah.
Again, I've never used a bidet, so I could be wrong. Definitely call in, send pictures, videos. We want to know your
Please don't send any pictures or videos.
We want to know your personal experience. But that's my only concern. How close are we getting to the special area?
Well, I feel like you just need to clean up after yourself if that happens.
Maybe the bidet cleans up. Maybe it's like self-cleaning.
So that's a fancy bidet.
Would you want it any other way?
No, but I think so many people use it, so I would think that it doesn't add any messiness into this, because that's the opposite of the bidet.
I also don't like the addition of the apparatus, like on the side. The bidet that Chris and Nicole get, you got it installed. It's hanging off the side. It gets clunky. I want a streamlined toilet.
Well, if we ever buy a house, then we can have a built-in bidet. There are toilets that come with a bidet.
One of my biggest regrets, I stayed at a hotel a year ago, and it had a pretty posh bathroom, and it had a bidet room. It had like a toilet room, and then it had a bidet room. And I didn't use the bidet.
You should have.
I didn't know how.
You should have asked someone.
I could have just experimented a little bit. It wasn't my room.
You should have.
I should have. It's a big regret. But it's not for me, but maybe it's the way to go.
I think it is the way to go.
Okay. Nicole and Chris think it's the way to go. They film themselves using it.
Yeah.
Which was worse? Nicole and Chris self-filming on the bidet, or Jasmine self-filming while driving?
Well, I think the bidet. I would have said Jasmine if she didn't survive. But she did.
Yeah.
That was dumb.
That was very dumb.
Like, pull over. And especially you're looking at the camera, and the way it was positioned, it seemed like she had it behind her steering wheel.
I couldn't figure it out because I go, no way is she driving right now. Teresa goes, look, she's filming herself while she's driving. I go, she's not driving. She's got one hand in the air making hand motions, and the other hand's got to be holding the cell phone. How is she driving?
No, she had maybe the cell phone was on a holder. You know how we have the GPS holder,
straight in front of her. It wasn't like off to the side.
I think she probably just put it behind her steering wheel. I don't know. But she was driving.
Was it moving? Maybe the car wasn't moving.
Oh, it was moving.
Oh, it was moving?
100%.
Very concerning.
Very concerning. Like, don't do that.
So, okay. We got the bidet. It's installed. Rock and roll. Clean butts. Here we go. Dr. Pia is back. And the first thing Pia sees is those dinosaurs.
I also love dinosaurs.
Don't get any ideas here, because this was aggressive dino decorating. This was not. We have a couple dinos.
We have dinos.
Artfully placed.
Yeah, we have nice dinos.
On appropriate shelf. We have a fantastic dino from Park Güell.
Yeah,
in Barcelona.
Spain, Barcelona.
But the coffee table dinos? This is too much.
That wasn't it. Like, we have some dino R. We have the dino skull.
We have, okay. And again, on a shelf.
Yeah.
Tucked away. We do have a dino painting, which is a nice piece of original art.
Oh, yeah.
That's very nice. But ours is tasteful. This was borderline, oh, you have an 8-year-old? Let me meet him.
Yeah.
It was a little too much for me.
I wish I could own a real dino bone.
Well, don't say it twice, Teresa.
Really? Are you going to get me one?
Well, patreon.com/marriedtoreality. We were in Sedona a few months ago, and they were selling, I don't even buy that was a real dino bone. It was like $800 for this dino bone.
It was a tiny dino bone.
I don't care. $800? I would have thought any dino bone would have to be.
They were thousands of dollars, the other dino bones.
I would think minimum to own a piece of a dinosaur, $10,000.
There were pieces for like 20 grand.
I know, but there's also pieces for $800.
Yeah, it's probably from like a...
I would think a dinosaur tooth.
From a dog.
I think a dinosaur tooth would be $5,000, $5,700.
They like sell rings made out of dino bone, but I think those are just like little tiny pieces.
Okay.
I always wanted it, but then it doesn't look exactly like the jewelry I wear, unfortunately.
Okay.
But I would love to own a piece of dino.
Okay. Real quick, without thinking, dino bone or bidet?
Dino bone.
All right. Noted. So Pia brings up, you guys are banging. That's great. But why not on a honeymoon? And it's a simple answer. So they say. They didn't want a relationship purely based off sex.
And I don't buy what Chris says, because Chris is like, in my past relationship was just all about sex. Dude, you said you banged like twice a year. So how was it all about sex?
Well, it was all about not having sex.
It was
really.
all about, you were probably paying for everything. Took her on a vacation, banged, she banged you as a thank you. That was it. So I believe that Nicole, she said, well, I was just banging to feel appreciated. I can see that.
I could see that.
I think a lot of women struggle with that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But Chris, like, dude, you literally said you barely banged.
I can understand if he's saying the relationship, the focal point was sex, but it was that we were not having sex. And that's all I could think about was I was with this girl for 2 years. We banged once. I was constantly thinking, why aren't we banging more? So I could see it that way. But yeah, I don't see it like, all we did was have sex all the time. No. And yes, Nicole brings up the hate sex where she didn't like the guy, but she banged him to feel better about herself. Not good.
Not good. It's sad.
It's sad. It's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could find self-worth in other places.
Yeah, why would you bang someone you don't like?
I know.
Anyways.
Pia then asks about the foreplay. And Nicole says there's some. She wishes there was more. And to this I say, one more thing Chris isn't compromising on. The whole Mr. Nice Guy, I do everything for everyone. He's proven time and time again that's not the case.
I guess. Or you know what it is that I think? I think he just doesn't know how. Like, he just doesn't feel comfortable, or maybe doesn't feel empowered enough to do something that's out of his comfort zone.
Right. It is a little bit on Nicole if she wants it to bring it up and say, hey, let's try this. And then you could see how does Chris respond. I think maybe now having a bidet, there will be more foreplay. I think now that we're clean down there, maybe with some more exploring.
Sure.
We'll go on. All of a sudden, Nicole starts crying. Okay.
Very, very emotional.
All these issues are hitting her that she didn't realize she had. And she's going, okay, well, when I say all this out loud, I'm starting to realize I'm pretty fucked up. And Pia's like, no, stop. Don't say that. These things are not you. They happen to you. And I love that Nicole took some personal responsibility and said, I let a lot of this stuff happen to me. That's great. She could easily be a victim, and in a sense she was, but also take some personal responsibility and say, no.
Yeah.
I allowed this to happen. And it's going to be much easier, I think, for you to move on it and for you to empower yourself when you can admit, oh, I had a part to play, and I can have a part to play in making sure that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, you went from thinking she's crazy to liking her.
She's my favorite on this season, I think.
Like, I almost feel like, I don't know if Chris brought it out of her, but she got this glow that, like, she's very pretty. And I feel like at the beginning, when she was saying all these crazy things, that I didn't see because I kind of just saw her as a crazy person.
Yeah.
I kind of missed her, right? And now I'm like looking at her and I'm like, Chris is like very lucky. Like, oh, okay.
Well, confidence is attractive. And I think Chris showing her some love, showing her some attention gives her confidence. And that's attractive on people.
I think before she had this fake confidence, aka,
and that's what I didn't like about her.
I'm from New York City, like, bitch.
I'm always drinking with my bitches.
Well, that's
you can't
fun.
Stop this. And I was like, I wish you would stop that. And now she stopped that. And I like her a lot. So, new day, time to spice things up. We got ourselves a pleasure chest.
No, thank you. Like, they didn't like this pleasure chest. Why did they get this like giant chest?
And like
right?
it was like they picked it up at like an antique store and then filled it with perverted products.
Yeah, they were like, they're not into that because Nico was like, I want to keep focusing on the mental connection, so let's just close this chest.
Close the pleasure chest right here. There was a massage candle. I don't think I'm into that. Is that like you pouring hot wax on yourself?
Ooh, I'm into that. Get
Really?
it. Amazon.com. Not a sponsor.
Not for me. Pineapple flavored massage oil. I could see enjoying that if you used it on me. And
Why am I using it all of a sudden?
Because you're the masculine one.
Because I'm so masculine.
Yeah. Handcuffs. Warming lubricant.
Yeah.
A whip. And then Theresa's favorite, leather.
I love me some leather.
They whipped out the leather and Teresa's like, oh, hell yeah. So, yes, they're not into it. Nicole says, I do want to explore. We may hate it, but maybe we'll find something we love. Yeah. Who knows? If you don't try, you'll never know. Right?
I just feel like certain things turn out being funny instead of like sexy.
100%. And maybe that's my immature brain or
it's my immature brain.
Here's what I think it is, at least for us, for our relationship. I think if we open up a pleasure chest on our first date, it would be wild. But now that I know you, it's hilarious. Like, it's just funny because I know you too well that to try to like handcuff you and whip you, first of all, I'd feel bad. Right?
I mean, you can do that if you want.
I know I can.
I always tell you YOLO.
I know, but I think we have we have so much more of a connection, like a real connection.
Jesus.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just for me, like, and I'm sure there are happily married couples for sure that are in the pleasure chest every night. But for me, it's just like, I see you. I don't know if I respect you too much or I mean,
can I whip you?
No. And I don't know why. And granted, I've never been whipped. I might like it. But I just don't think I will.
I mean, you whip me every Easter. Oh, here we go. Easter time.
Oh. You guys know about the Pomlaska, right? There was a few Pomlaskas I had my eye on in check. There was an extra large Pomlaska.
There was the huge Pomlaska.
Oh, we might have to post that on Patreon. I think we were planning on posting it on Patreon.
Yeah, my mom took like 59 photos.
We were at a restaurant. There's a huge Pomlaska. And Teresa's mom was like, whip her. John, whip her. And I was like, if you say so.
Mom.
If you say so, Mrs. T. Yeah. I don't know. Let us know your favorite pleasure chest products, and we can always experiment. Let you know.
We're getting very personal with our friends.
All right. We're having fun here. So, okay. Nicole does say if today was decision day, she would say yes based on the sex life they currently have. But why not try to spice it up even more?
Yeah, spice it up, bitches.
Here's the thing. In this entire show, we've seen a lot of people go through these sexual activities, these games, right? Everyone always either finds it awkward or funny. No one's ever like into it.
Because you're doing this while there is a camera on you and you're doing it with someone you don't know.
I know.
And
I really think
I feel like there are things that are obviously not funny. They can get like very like sexual and stuff. But there are a lot of things that are just funny. I
just think it's all, maybe I'm a child, but I think it's all somewhat humorous.
It depends how you look at it. I also feel like if you, for example, yes, I get what you're saying about our relationship because we know each other too well. So certain things would probably make us laugh.
Everything would.
But I feel like if we don't know each other and it's just like you whip it out with a stranger, you might just be like, so you want to put some leather on? And it might be less awkward.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I think it's great for strangers. I think that's what it's for. It's like before I know you intimately, before I see you wake up on a Sunday morning in your pajamas, eating cereal with your glasses.
You don't like that?
No, I do, but I'm just saying it's just like that's so real. And then you wearing edible underwear with furry handcuffs is like so. It's such a juxtaposition. That's what it is, and that's why I say it's funny. I guess because humor is unexpected. And so I think it's just so unexpected for this person that I know, that I have this idea of, to then do a 180 and be like, wait, what? This is not who. And that's why it's funny. It's unexpected.
I think we shared too much.
All right, maybe we did. We really didn't share anything at all.
Let's just leave it in our pleasure chest.
All right, let's talk about Gina and Clint.
Oh, these two besties.
They're also getting paid a visit by Pia.
They're literally everything but lovers.
Gina just comes out and says, we don't feel married, but we're building a foundation of friendship.
I literally see them staying friends after, maybe.
They're definitely bonding. Like, they've definitely come a long way since the honeymoon, which is good.
I think Clint is just staying with her for the dog.
Clint loves Hank.
He loves Hank.
Clint loves Hank. So obviously it's the physical barrier. That's the issue. Can we both agree that they're attractive? Like, they're both attractive.
Yeah. Gina's very pretty. And there is something about Clint. I don't know what it is, but I think I find him funny. Like, he has a funny personality.
And I think that's, when he was saying, like, oh, I'm the king of swag or whatever. It's like, he was being funny.
Yeah, like, he doesn't take himself too seriously, which I like.
Yeah. And he's not hideous looking.
No, he has a vibe, even though Gina said he doesn't.
Said he has no swag. Yeah, he's got a vibe. Maybe it's not your vibe, but he's got a vibe.
Yeah.
And yes, I think she's pretty. So I am surprised that they're not more attracted to each other. I can't help but think it's because of the early on comments.
100%.
You're a ginger. You're not athletic. And boom. Now, how can I even... because sex is very vulnerable.
100%.
How can I allow myself to be vulnerable with you when I know that you already don't find me attractive? Now I'm going to show you everything. What else are you going to find that's wrong?
Like, it's the same thing, let's say, if in the real world, we went on a date and then you're like, well, like, I see you more as a friend. I'm not that attracted to you. Yeah. And then you hit me up in 2 months and I would be like, no, thank you. I mean, maybe we can be friends, but why are you messaging me if you were not I would never forget that comment.
Yeah.
Like, girls don't forget ugly comments.
No. Guys don't either, I don't think.
Especially comments about their looks.
Of course.
Especially if it's like not positive.
Especially if it's something that you may wrestle with too. And then if it's something you never thought about, if you thought like, if you've never once thought about your ears and then someone was like, oh, you kind of have like elfish ears, then you might be like, all right, that's weird. Like, I don't know why you think that. I never thought that. But if you were always worried about your nose and then someone makes a comment on your nose, then it's gonna stick with you and hit you even harder.
I feel like if someone says like, oh, I don't find you attractive because I'm more into brunettes and I'm very blonde. I have blonde hair. I have blonde hair on my arms. I have light eyes.
Yeah.
So
I saw you touch your eyebrow and then I think you realized you didn't know what the word was. Yeah. So you bailed on it. Teresa's like fluffing her hair. Like, I have blonde hair. I have blonde. And then she rubs her eyebrow and she goes, blonde hair in my arms.
Eyebrows, yeah. I make my eyebrows darker with a pencil, but I have a very light eyebrows. And so if someone's not into blondes then and tells me, then I will be like, oh, I get that. Like, that makes sense. But if someone makes a comment about like, I'm not attracted to you because you are a little bigger or you're not as athletic or you're too athletic, then I would be like...
a little muscly.
Then I would be like, well, that's rude.
Yeah. So Pia says, well, let's talk about other things that may spark arousal. If it's not the physical attraction, what else is there? And for Clint, he's a big scent guy.
I was like laughing so hard.
I got a plethora of colognes, Pia. Rich vanillas, mahogany wood leather.
Speaking of, did you order the scents for the apartment?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
If you want to know what our apartment smells like, guys.
Probably like Clint's.
Cashmere woods.
Ooh, that's what you got. I like that one. It's a little strong. We gotta dial back.
You go about 30% on the plug-in.
Yeah.
When we first took it out of the box, we went 100%.
I got high on that.
For the first 30 minutes, we were like, this smells so good. And then an hour later, we're like, my head really hurts. Cashmere woods. Yeah, very good. So Gina says, well, I like cologne too, but also style, which makes sense. She's a hairstylist, so obviously that's important, but that's physical, Gina.
Yeah.
Style is physical. So if you're not attracted to him, you're probably not attracted to his style, really. His swag.
I'm also big on style. Like I
Yes.
like your style. If you were
Thank you.
dressing like a typical
Clint?
dude, then I would want to change you, which I would never want to do to anyone. So that would be a thing. But since the day I met you, I always thought that you have a good style, like you have a good vibe.
There was only one pair of pants I owned that Teresa could not
No.
wrap her head around.
And it was from when John lived in Connecticut.
Such Connecticut pants.
Yeah, like just you live in New York now. Just say goodbye to these pants.
Yes. And so Gina does not think that Clint has swag. Clint vehemently disagrees and says he has seen your swag. He's the king of swag. I don't think he has bad style.
He does not.
It's your classic New England guy style.
But I'm not a big fan of the boat shoes
No,
kind of.
but that's his vibe.
But that's his vibe,
He
yeah.
has a vibe. Chris of Nicole and Chris has zero vibe,
Yeah,
right? So I would take Clint's vibe over no vibe.
true. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I hate when like guys wear clothes that don't fit them, like very baggy or like ugly dress shoes.
Oh boy.
Ah.
Oh
You
boy.
have nice dress shoes.
Thank you.
You have nicer dress shoes than me.
Thank you. So, okay. Pia leaves and Clint's like, you don't think I have swag? Did you see my French cuffs? We learn he cuts his own hair.
Yeah, I can tell.
Really?
Yeah, Gina's like, you can start with getting a swag haircut at the salon.
That I
Like,
own.
she loves just like looping the salon in.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised / impressed that he cuts his own hair. That's pretty good.
The pandemic taught us all.
That's true.
I would have cut your hair, but you're too sensitive.
I just grew it out.
Yeah.
You would have been the fourth person in my entire life that would have cut my hair if you cut my hair.
I would be nervous because if I messed up, I would not want to deal with you after.
Yeah, but that's the beautiful thing is like, it's just you that I would want to look good for. And so
Yeah.
if I didn't look good, I'd be like, well, that sucks. You're the one that has to look at me.
Yeah, you were kind of like growing like wild hair.
We all were.
Well, I have a long straight hair.
Yeah.
Mine was just hard to brush, but I look the
Oh,
same.
yeah, remember when you're tangled up like crazy? And then we had to use Johnson & Johnson's No More
Well,
Tears
that's
shampoo?
because I went to this like hip salon, like super hip, super cool, cactuses everywhere, loved it. And then this hoe left the dye, like the balayage
boy.
on my hair for too long, and she burned
Yikes.
my hair. I was so upset. Like John was brushing my hair for months, like baby shampoo.
Yeah.
And then I found this great salon for like specialized in blonde hair, Florida. And they're the best. They're the bomb. They
Nice.
just do it so well, and I love it so much.
Nice. Okay, so it's time to talk about sex. There was no pleasure chest here. They had printouts. Gina and Clint had printouts. Here's the thing. This was not the setting. If you're going to take this seriously, which I don't think they did,
No.
this was not the setting to do the exercise. They're standing in the kitchen, fluorescent lights on, drinking water, and it's like, what's your safe word? No, dim the lights, light a candle, pour a glass of wine, flip on some R&B. Let's go.
Okay, well, they sat down for the touchy part when they were like rubbing themselves with the different
A
types
feather.
of brushes.
Let me tell you, have you ever rubbed a brush on yourself?
Yeah, it's nice.
So good.
How often do you do that?
Rarely, but I need to start doing it more.
I accidentally do it sometimes when I brush my hair. Because I have long hair.
Sometimes, and this is like not wild, I'll be brushing my hair and like I'll get lower on my neck. I'm like, man, that's really nice. But sometimes I'll sit there like and do it on my
Where do you
leg.
sit?
On the sofa or whatever.
Oh.
I've done it a couple times in my life and I'm like, this is really nice. It's all the little, ooh, I'm doing it now with my fingers. It's all the little tentacles, just all the bristles.
Okay.
So nice.
I feel like they just should have brushed the dog.
Hank would
You
have liked that.
remember when I brushed Fluffy the dog?
Yes. Loved it.
Fluffy
She
loved
loved it. I
she
loved
loved
it.
it so much.
That was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
So at least they were touching each other. Like this was a baby step.
Yeah.
I think at the end though, Clint just ended up rubbing Ben Gay on his knee.
Yeah.
He's getting old.
I feel like they were supposed to rub the lotion on each other, but it was too much.
Yeah.
So he just rubbed it on himself.
But it's progress. For them, it's progress. Will they say I do or say yes on decision day?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. But at least we're seeing a little intimacy, and they're living together in peace and maybe somewhat joy, which is nice. All right. I think before we move on, we should take a quick break.
Yes.
We will tell you about our sponsor for this episode, and we'll be back in a second. All right? We'll be back.
Guys, I'm super excited about our new sponsor for the pod. You guys know that John hates when I talk about working out, but it's a big part of my lifestyle. Well, something else has become a part of that lifestyle, and it's called Fit 8 energy drinks. I'm actually drinking the blackberry pineapple right now, and I could try to describe how good it is, but right now you can actually save 40% off your first order of 24 cans of Fit 8 energy plus free shipping. Wild! So you can try it for yourself. You guys just need to visit www.drinkfit8.com/marriedtoreality. One more time. www.drinkfit8.com/marriedtoreality and make sure you put the www in the URL. And I'm looking at John, and he's also drinking a can of something delicious. You want to tell us about it, Jonathan?
Yeah, you actually just caught me mid-sip right there, Teresa. I am drinking the peach mandarin flavor. I think it's my favorite. It's refreshing. It's delicious. But the best part, all the flavors are 100% naturally sweetened with none of that gut-killing aspartame, no sucralose or Ace K. Words I can barely say, words I don't want to hear Teresa even try to say. Plus, Fit 8 Energy is packed with all the essential vitamins, minerals, and nutrients you need after a workout, like branched-chain amino acids, glucosamine, electrolytes, turmeric, omega-3s, and vitamins B, C, D3, and E. And maybe my favorite part, Fit 8 has 200 milligrams of clean caffeine from green tea. Clean caffeine from green tea, Teresa. So I get the energy I need without any of the synthetic ingredients.
I love that. Do you want to know what my favorite part is?
I think I can guess, but tell me, Teresa.
My favorite part is that Fit 8 Energy is only 15 calories per can, and it comes in 4 very delicious flavors, including mango sorbet, yum, raspberry hibiscus, yum, and of course peach mandarin and blackberry pineapple, yum yum.
So, like Teresa said, right now we're giving our listeners 40% off your first order of 24 cans of Fit 8 Energy, plus that free shipping by going to www.drinkfit8.com/marriedtoreality. Again, www.drinkfit8.com/marriedtoreality. We'll also put the link in the show notes, so check it out. And thanks again to Fit 8 for sponsoring this podcast.
The all-new Nissan Ariya is a fully loaded EV. It's brimming with style and power.
Up to 389 horses of it.
Innovation and intelligence.
E-Force all-wheel drive.
It'll pin you to your seat.
Your very plush seat.
The all-new, all-electric Nissan Ariya. Nissan Ariya with E-Force expected availability early 2023. E-Force cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. E-Force and 389 horsepower available on Platinum Plus. Nissan calculation using 1-foot rollout testing with long-range battery and E-Force only in sport mode with E-Step off. These results are for comparison only and should not be attempted on public roads. Drive responsibly. See nissanusa.com for details.
This week at Macy's, take an extra 20% off everything you need for holiday hosting with your coupon or Macy's card. That's on top of already great deals, like 60% off kids' dresses and dressy looks, 30 to 70% off gorgeous fine jewelry, and 40 to 50% off dining and entertaining essentials. Plus, Macy's Star Rewards members can earn rewards even faster during Star Money Bonus Days, going on now at Macy's. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
With one of the best savings rates in America, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Slash to be in your band.
Next up for lead guitar. You're in.
Cool. Yep, even easier than that. And with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
And we're back.
Hello, Jonathan.
Hello, Teresa. How are things?
Things are good.
All right.
Things are good. Let's talk about Jasmine and Eris.
All right. Pia is there to investigate.
And things are not going as they both envisioned.
Yeah. And Eris was like, well, that's the risk of marrying a stranger, but there's still a chance things can improve. It's like, that's such bullshit. You're not doing anything to facilitate improvement, Eris.
Did you hear it at the beginning of this whole episode? PC was like, oh, Dr. Pia will be visiting the couples. We called her up to speed. So why wasn't she involved?
Wait, what?
Yeah, you didn't hear it?
I heard them say something, and all I thought was like, oh, here we go again with Dr. PU.
Yeah, no, he's like, we called her up to speed.
Really?
Meaning she wasn't even watching this. DP and PC probably gave her the quick elevator pitch, like, this couple's this couple's that, this couple has these issues, go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maps is falling apart.
I don't know, like, DP, what is DP? What is PC? What are they doing? They don't care. They appear in these cameos. They showed up once. They let these people do whatever.
And it's a failure.
Yeah. And now you have Dr. Pia, who was caught up to speed.
That's ridiculous. I mean, now granted, a therapist or counselor doesn't need to know everything going into a situation. You have a conversation and your client, your patient fills you in, so that's okay. But yeah, I feel like if you're on this show, you should be invested in this show.
Yeah, she's not.
They need to go back. I know we've said it before, but they need to go back to the old-fashioned format. That was a winning format. I don't know how many seasons. It was definitely for at least 3 that I can remember.
I also loved when they were supposed to find their own apartment.
You loved
with
that.
the budget
You loved
they would have had.
Because that's a taste of reality.
Absolutely.
Not everyone can live in a 2-bedroom high-rise with a pool and a gym. It's like, you're just extending this honeymoon.
Yeah.
Like, let's get to real life and see
Yeah.
how things work.
Yeah.
And let's have some professional intervention when needed.
Absolutely.
I don't know what we're doing here, Maps, but a lot of
Dr.
people are
Pia's
not happy.
here.
Yes.
And
yes.
she's trying to get to the bottom of this. And basically, Jasmine says, well, my needs are not being met because he's not physically attracted to me. And and Dr. Pia's like, well, are you building a friendship?
Right.
And Jasmine's like, he friend-zoned me on the honeymoon.
Right. At first you think, oh, it's good. They're friends. But then Pia picks up on it. I did too. Like, the way you're using friendship has a negative connotation.
Yeah.
You don't want to be friends. And she says.
Yeah, she said he friend-zoned me. That means like, he basically doesn't want her.
He doesn't want her until she doesn't want him. It's a weird, twisted thing.
Yeah, but it's dumb.
It is dumb, but okay. If that's his kink, that's his kink.
But like, what? Should she spend her whole life pushing back on him so he wants her?
I don't think so, but that's what he wants. I don't think they're right for each other.
I
at
like
all.
her a lot. I think she deserves the world.
Yeah.
He is an ass.
I completely agree. So then we get the segment brought to you by HelloFresh. That actually wasn't brought to you by HelloFresh, but it should have been brought to you by HelloFresh.
Yeah, we love HelloFresh.
I'm very surprised. Like, it's the perfect product integration for this series to be like, oh, HelloFresh. It makes it, oh, we're so busy filming and it's so easy.
Remember in San Diego, what was their names? She was like super like wealthy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they did HelloFresh too.
I know. That's why I thought for a second it was, but they don't ever show a logo. We just
No,
we do
just know
HelloFresh.
because we do HelloFresh.
And we do it at 9:58 p.m. like they were doing it. I saw the clock and I was like,
really?
yep.
Yeah.
We started doing it. This is not an ad. We started doing HelloFresh because of the podcast. And we're like,
Yeah.
we don't have any time to cook dinner.
Also because you're picky and it's
picky.
like planning food for the week with you is painful because I go to the store, you go to the store, and we just text each other like, what are we eating today? Well, I don't know. What do you think? Then we decide and then we try to decide what to eat the next day so we don't have to go to the store every single day.
Yeah.
Very difficult. And I like to cook. I feel like cooking is like my way of relaxing, not at 11 p.m. after podcasting, but when I have the time to do it, I truly enjoy it and I just want someone to shop for me. Well, that's easy. Yeah.
There you go. They were rocking their Mr. and Mrs. aprons and
Yeah.
you take those off. You need to earn the right to wear those aprons and you did not earn that right.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, they're trying.
No,
I'm
they're
making
not.
the what do you call these
Air quotes.
sarcastic
Air quotes.
Sarcastic air quotes. They're trying.
Yeah. They need to stop talking about only negative things. This is what I would say if they called me in as a expert and they called me up to speed and then I went to talk to them. I would say, stop focusing on the negative. All you guys do is talk about the negative. You're sitting there cooking at 10 p.m., talking about all these issues at the wedding that your sister said, right? Have some fun. Go do something fun. Forget about your problems for a second and try to bond over an enjoyable activity. Go for a weekend getaway, right? And have some fun and connect on something else. All they talk about are the things that are bothering them, but no solutions come from it. So then it's not helpful at all.
Because I think that's all they have in common, the things they bother.
Right. They need to go find positive things that they have in common.
True.
They haven't gone and done that. They haven't explored, what do we have in common? Should we go to a concert? Should we go to a museum? Let's go to a park. Like, let's go have fun. Let's go rollerblading. Let's go to the beach for the day. Let's go and let's not talk about...
They're in Nashville. That would be very far.
The beach?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
I was like, let's go down to Broadway. Like, have fun.
Yeah.
We love Broadway.
Sure do. Shout out
love
to Nudies.
Love it after like 5 drinks. Before, not really.
Shout out to Nudies.
Oh, I love Nudies. I should be wearing my Nudies shirt.
I never wear my Nudies shirt.
I never wear my Nudies shirt.
I have too many shirts.
Don't get me started on this stuff. Guys, John has about like 200 different shirts.
Uh-huh.
And I categorize them for him. He mixes them up. He mixes his hangout shirts and his sleep shirts.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to get rid of some of your shirts. Just donate them.
I know, I forgot about my Nudies
I just
shirt.
donated some of my clothes. Donate your shirts.
Okay, I will. All right.
But yeah, don't donate your Nudies shirt.
Absolutely not. Let's talk about Kirsten and Shaq. Because this couple is up and down, topsy-turvy, in and out, inside out.
So, okay. I know I was like a big advocate for the relationship for Kirsten, but...
I was not.
Oh?
I said I was not.
Well, you are not. But here's the thing. I don't know what she's doing. Like, I truly think she is into him, but yet when she's put on the spot, she still says things that hurt him. And I think it really got to him. I don't think he's as happy as he was. And now I believe if they don't make it, it's going to be because of Shaq. Like, he's going to say no. If they don't make it, he's going to be the one who's going to shut this down.
He was happy when he saw her because she's a very pretty girl.
He was happy on the honeymoon, too.
Until it was the honeymoon where she was like, you need to stop joking. Like, not everything needs to be a joke. And at that point, I go, you're trying to change his personality. Relax. He's not going to appreciate that. And he hasn't moving forward. He was happy because he goes, oh, I got a hot wife. And then he realized, oh, her personality kind of sucks.
Yeah, but she tried. Like, she definitely warmed up. I think she finds him attractive. She wants him to bang her. But here's the thing. She wants him to take the lead and to be the man. But because of all her comments in the past, he doesn't want to, because he doesn't want to cross her. He doesn't want to invade her space.
It's not even that. It is that. But I'm going to add on to that. She's made comments that emasculate him. Oh, you're not like my dad. Oh, you can't provide a house. You're not going to buy me a car. These are all emasculating comments. And then she wants him to be this man and rip her clothes off and throw her down on a bed and bang her. And it's like, well, you just emasculated the guy.
I think thank God you're not like my dad. My dad can be. I love my dad, but he can be an asshole. And you're not.
Yeah.
But you have some similarities.
Okay. I guess.
But you don't look like my dad. You don't act like my dad. And I'm glad. Like, no, who wants to bang their own dad?
Jeez, that's a different podcast.
Well, it's true. Like, I feel like a lot of girls were like, well, I want to find someone like my dad. It's like, well, do you have it? Then you have issues.
Yeah, you have daddy issues.
You have daddy issues, and that's not good. Like, yes, you and my dad, you both are musicians. That's what you have in common.
Mm-hmm.
However, very different people. Love you both in a different way.
Yeah.
But I would never be like, oh, I need to find someone like my dad.
I know.
Like, no, I don't.
It's funny because I never set out with the active thought of I need to find someone like my mom. I just found you. And then
I'm a lot like your mom.
And then, yes, it took me a little while to see that. But then I was like, oh, you guys are very similar.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm
not in
friends with your mom.
Not in personality necessarily.
Your mom is friendlier.
Your mom is my mom. It's your mom too now. My mom is queen of the Stop and Chat. Can talk to anyone. Very friendly.
Yeah,
She's a
I'm
realtor.
not.
She's got to talk.
I wish I was, but I'm not.
But such a loving person. Such a you before me. Like she would do anything for me to take care of me.
Me too.
And you would too. And goes out of her way to take care of other people, just like you. So
And I drive all the time as her mom does.
Yes. Anyways, back to Kirsten and Shaq. They're Skyping because Shaq went away for work, and so Kirsten's back in Nashville. And you can just see how checked out Shaq is on this call.
He's so checked out, and she's like trying. She's like, "I miss you. I can wait for you to come home. I wish I was there." But we learned later why he was checked out, because she was supposed to go on the trip with him.
Yeah.
And as they were supposed to pack, she said, "Well, I have plans."
Yeah. And at the end of the call, they hang up, and I guess she tried to blow him a kiss.
Yeah.
But he didn't see it and reciprocate. So then she calls him back and was like, "You didn't blow me a kiss." It's not going well,
No.
which I called, but you.
But here's the thing. They both are very smart. I think she sees the damage she did, and she's trying to fix it. However, it's still her. Like, she still has this personality that she cannot fully embrace and be bubbly and loving, but she's trying on her own pace. But she already hurt him, as you said, emasculated him enough that now he seems to be a little checked out.
She's not living in reality completely, because when Pia comes and pays them a visit, Dr. Pia, and asks, "How are things going?" She's like, "Things are going great. It's great." And if looks could kill, Shaq was just staring daggers. Like, that is not true.
And he says it.
They go, "Oh yeah, no, I would say things have been rocky," but I don't know if she was just saying that because she didn't want to address the hard stuff. But to me, it was like, she's not grounded in reality. She actually doesn't know how Shaq feels or what's going on. She's like, "Yeah, things are great. Things are good."
And she didn't help this situation with her comment about that she finds him attractive when he moves boxes, or that's where she finds him masculine.
This was so dumb.
He uses his muscles.
Making sure things are getting taken care of, getting the job done. Huh? It's like, what? And then, so do you think he's masculine? He is. It's like Shaq wanted to get up and walk out of that apartment.
Yeah, I also I know we joked about us at the beginning. I do find you masculine. Are you the most masculine person? No, but I don't want you to be.
And I don't want to be.
You take care of yourself. Like, you hang out with me all the time. We do these podcasts. Like, if that's less masculine, then I'll take it over you fixing a car and drinking a beer and watching football on Sundays. I fucking don't like that.
Yeah, I
I
don't
like
either.
that you watch stuff with me and we hang out all the time.
But we also, I watch hockey
I watch hockey with you.
every week, and we watch NASCAR once
You love NASCAR.
a year.
Oh, we watch it more often, but not as often.
There's a
as
healthy
other people.
balance. I think you got to be well-rounded.
Absolutely. And so I think that's Shaq too. It's just, she has this idea. I'm telling you, she has daddy issues. And when she talked about her childhood, how her dad was taking care of everyone and he was the breadwinner, and I can understand. But at the same time, it's like, move on from this. This is that. Do you really want your dad? I don't think you do.
But she never really defined her idea of masculinity. Because Shaq
Carrying
was,
boxes.
Shaq was like, "Do I need to defend us from a robber at a gas station? Like, is that?" And she never defined it. I honestly think if he just bought her more shit, she would think that's masculine.
I guess.
She's brought up a number of times. Well, some husbands buy cars. I honestly think if he bought her a gift once a week, oh, here's flowers. Oh, here's a necklace. Oh, here's whatever. That's masculine in her mind.
Maybe.
I don't know that it's necessarily a strength thing or a sports thing. I think it's take care of me, give me things, And that's masculine in her mind because that's what she says about her dad. She never says, oh, my dad used to drink beer and watch football. It's my dad used to provide for the family.
Yeah.
So who knows? It's not good.
No, it's not. I feel bad. I was really rooting for them. I still am, but she needs to adjust her mindset.
Agreed. So then we get maybe the weirdest sexual activity.
I didn't get this.
I heard them explain it, and then I said, it's better if I just watch it and try to figure this out. So one person is blindfolded. The other person has to navigate them verbally, to find a sexually charged item that's been hidden in the apartment.
Yeah, so Kirsten is blindfolded first. Shaq navigates her to find a rope on the washing machine, and he ties her up, and she likes it.
Yeah, he's like, sometimes you have to let me take control.
I think I think that's what she wants to hear. Like she wants the control, but yet she wants him to be the leader. And he is being a gentleman because of all her past comments. So he's letting her be her. And then she complains about it. Oh, this is interesting.
Yeah. And this is where we hear that when he went away for work, he asked Kirsten to come. And all of a sudden at the last minute, she had plans.
Yeah. And so he said he was not happy about it. And he seems very sad. And the producers are asking him, like, are you happy?
This was so confusing to me.
He's like, I'm not happy, but I'm grateful.
Yeah.
I think it's because he's religious.
Ah.
I think he's grateful he got a wife. He's grateful he has someone. But she doesn't make him happy.
Well, he says she's not at a place where she supports me in my life.
Meaning she didn't go with him to Memphis.
And you saw how...
Who wants to go to Memphis, Shaquille?
I think it's the worst city.
It's supposed to be one of the worst
I've never
cities.
been. I've never been. Call in and tell me it's lovely. I would trust you if you've been there.
It's
I
like
haven't.
Waterbury.
But it always comes up as like the most dangerous city in the country. But yeah, you saw from episode 2 or 3, whatever it was, when they had to skip the honeymoon for a couple of days and go to work. Like, he was over the moon that she was there. And we all said, oh my God, that's amazing that she went and supported him. That's the stuff. You also set the precedent that you're willing to go.
Yeah.
And so now when you stop going, you're like, wait, what? What changed? I thought we were doing this thing together.
Well, let's just be honest. Like, we all want to feel supported when it comes to our jobs. Like, I want you to support me, and you do, and vice versa. I would hope.
Yeah.
Right?
Finish your thought.
And so that's nothing unusual that Shaq wants to feel supported by her.
Okay. But I would say going on a business trip with someone is not supporting them at work.
I just went with you.
I know. But I didn't.
Didn't you like it?
It was fine. We went for other reasons. But
True.
If Kirsten went to Memphis, that's not supporting him at work. That his work is his work, and she can support that from afar. It's not like she's going to the office or the classroom with him, helping him in his day-to-day.
That would be silly.
That'd be silly. But she can support him from work or support his work from afar. What this is just a lack of communication. That's what pissed him off, was when he said, you're going to come, and she basically said yes, and then at the last minute changed her mind. It has nothing to do with supporting him at work. It has everything to do with a lack of communication and misleading him and making him think one thing and then changing the plan at the last minute.
I guess. Well, let's see if they can get over this and say yes on D-Day.
Let's see.
All right, let's hang out with the guys and the girls.
Okay.
I was just going to say the guys hang out at the baseball stadium. Boring. And the girls are making cocktails. Fun.
So yeah, I'm masculine. I think I'd rather go. I love an espresso martini, but I would rather take a couple cuts.
I hate baseball. Like, this is like one of the worst thing America created. Baseball and American football. Sorry, guys.
I used to play baseball, but what are you gonna do?
It's really I love hockey. Is great. It's fast. It's moving. Boom, 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 boom. Loud music. You dance every couple of minutes when someone scores, right?
Yeah.
football, just people jump on top of each other. Baseball, they literally just wait around.
Did you find it interesting that the guys had a woman leading their activity?
Oh, I didn't think of that.
And the girls had a guy leading their
Chief
activity.
Cocktail Officer Freddie.
CCO. Right? I was like, that's interesting. I wonder what the psychology is behind that.
I don't know. It's 2023.
So?
It's like the girls leading baseball and the guys leading cocktail making.
Yeah. So yes, the guys were at the ballpark, and very quickly, Chris may have been the best at baseball.
No, Shaquille.
No, Chris.
I think Shaquille.
Okay, well, worst.
Clint.
King of swag, not king of the swing. Tell you that much.
Yeah.
And they finish taking some cracks. They sit down to talk. Chris brings up Nicole's self-worth issues.
Mm-hmm.
That's the ongoing conversation. Shaq says he and Kirsten are doing a 7 or 8 out of 10, which I think he's going high, not to alarm anyone.
True. But then Harris is like, okay, we're at the baseball stadium. What base are you at? And he's like, well, maybe second base. And then Clint, I
This was a
love
great
it.
response.
Clint goes like, well, we're not even at the stadium.
Such an honest
So
answer.
good. That was so
Very
good.
clever.
That's why I like him, because he doesn't take himself too seriously.
Yeah. Shaq said second rounding third. And I found that very hard to believe. But then we see the preview of next week, and I think they bang.
I think I bang, yeah.
So I believe it.
Well, because then we see the girls hanging out, making cocktails, espresso martini, yummy, yummy, and talking about literally the same thing. And Kirsten says, it's going great. I want Shaq to lead this.
Yeah.
I want him to want me. I want him to pursue me. I want him to
Dominate me.
to dominate me. I want him to bang me. And the girls were like, well, if he starts someday, are you gonna let him? She's like, yes.
Yeah.
Like, she got to the point that she wants him, but because of what she did and said, he's not encouraged.
Right. I
Because
hope.
it's like, if you push someone, especially nowadays, then you kind of want the other person to give you a signal, right?
Yeah.
But now
yeah.
she wants him. And now he's basically holding back because of all her comments.
I'll be interested. I doubt they'll share, but it'd be great to know who initiated the sex because apparently it comes.
Yeah.
No pun intended. I'd be interested to hear. Did Shaq take the lead? Did Kirsten make the move?
Who knows?
Who knows? So that's in the cards. And then Gina says, well, we need to start building intimacy to see if we can even sustain any type of healthy marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think they could.
If they could find each other desirable or like attractive, then yes, because they have the friendship.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they have a solid foundation. There's one crack in it, which is the early comment.
Well, it's a big crack.
It's a big crack.
There's one couple that's not gonna make it, and based on the future previews, definitely not. And that's Jasmine and Aries. And Jasmine, poor Jasmine, just crying. She's like, I'm just not happy. Like, it's she's like, I'm at my breaking point, and I feel so bad for her.
I know. I hate when I still have Dominique and McKinley at the way bottom of my notes. I use the same document every episode, and I just delete my old notes, put my new notes in, and I still have Dominique and McKinley. And as you're speaking about Jasmine at her breaking point and crying, I go, you know what? I get mad at couples who throw in the towel like Dominique and McKinley, and I say, how dare you? You're here for our enjoyment and our entertainment, and I don't care if you're upset. But I actually almost wish Jasmine called it. And it's like, you don't need to put yourself through it. Like, if Aris somehow comes around at this point,
He's not.
I wouldn't buy it.
No.
I wouldn't buy it.
No.
So I almost wish she threw in the towel and Dom and Mac were still here.
Yeah, I forgot about him, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's the episode.
That's it, guys.
That's the sex episode.
Sex episode.
Yeah. You could say it like that.
Sex episode.
The sex episode.
The sex
The
episode.
masculinity episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was interesting. I'll take it any day over the letters to my younger self.
Oh, I fucking hate that. But I, as always, I enjoyed this way more. But this episode especially, for some reason, this was just very enjoyable, Jonathan.
To talk about?
Yeah.
Ah,
I mean, every week it is, but there are certain episodes that we talk about, but I have fun. But the episodes are just like me. But this one was just great to talk about.
Well, I enjoyed talking about it with you, Teresa.
Thank you,
That was really
Jonathan.
Nice. It's really nice.
Very,
All right.
very nice. I'll whip you later.
All right. Happy Easter. Hope you guys enjoyed.
And happy Passover.
Oh, thank you, Teresa. I appreciate it. Happy Passover to you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Happy Passover to you guys listening. Happy Easter. I don't think we'll talk to you guys before Easter, will we?
No.
No.
Well, Easter's on Monday, so.
Sunday.
Well, in Czech it's on Monday.
I don't think we're in Czech.
Well, when did what
Last time I checked,
So what happened to Jesus during Easter?
he rose.
He rose on Sunday in America and on Monday in the Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, Czech's ahead. 6 hours ahead.
So he rose like in the evening in America and like early morning in the Czech Republic.
Yeah. I don't understand why this is difficult for you.
Okay.
Like if he rose right now, it would be the next day in Czech.
Yeah, but why would he rose at night?
Well, some people can't sleep.
But then it's early morning in Europe.
Yeah. Early bird gets the worm.
I actually think he rose early morning because he was in Israel, right?
You know what, Teresa? I don't think it's real.
Enough of this
But
Jesus
who am I to
talk.
say?
All right.
You're entitled to your own beliefs.
I just read in an article how Easter is a very, very damaging holiday for ducks.
Like peeps? Like why? Why
No,
ducks?
like ducks, the actual quack quack, like the
Why?
actual animal. Because apparently parents buy ducklings for kids for Easter.
Why?
And because they're dumb. And after a month, when the ducks get a little bigger and it's past Easter, like, well, what do we do with this duck? And they just release it at the park, but a lone duck.
I don't
So
understand
sad.
what ducks have to do with Easter. I heard bunnies.
The ducks apparently too. In Czech we have hens.
Hens?
Hens, the animal.
Yeah.
Hen. Hen and rabbits, not bunnies.
Okay.
I think bunnies are made up. I believe in rabbits.
Close enough. Sure.
Yeah, I think rabbits and hens.
Okay.
Apparently ducks too.
All right. Do you
Just read it on National Geographic.
do you guys do egg hunts?
No.
You don't like hide eggs.
Why would we do that?
Oh, we did that. Remember when we did that in Atlanta
we
last
did that
year?
with my aunt and uncle, yeah.
Your Jewish relatives.
We got some eggs too.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I mean,
We don't hide eggs. We deserve them.
Oh.
You walk from house to house. You get hit by the Pomlaska.
Oh, yeah, you
Say
do.
a poem.
Do you know what we Jews hide?
Yeah. Oh my God. No, I don't.
Matzah.
Ooh.
So you'd wrap like a piece of matzah in paper towel. You'd hide it, and it's called you find the
How
afikomen.
many?
One sheet.
Oh, that's it.
Find the afikomen, and then whoever finds it gets the cash. It's sort of like the eggs, like how there's money in the eggs or whatever.
No, but just sad you just hide one sheet of matzah.
Yeah,
Is it salted matzah at least?
whatever you want. Could be chocolate covered.
There is chocolate covered matzah.
Yes,
I would love to try it one day.
maybe one day.
Maybe.
All right. Oh, we're still recording.
Oh.
Let's end this thing, guys. Follow us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Check out the patreon.com/Married to Reality. Make sure you follow the podcast wherever you're listening. It's so easy to do. Look down and smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it says hard. It's our
Chocolate covered matzah.
That's our conversation about the chocolate covered matzah.
You should have just shortened
Stop it.
Just chocolate covered. All right. And thank you again for the reviews. If you haven't left one, please do. We will read the 5-star reviews on the 90-day podcast.
Yes.
All right. That is it. I've said it all. We've
Said it
actually said way too much on this episode.
Classic.
So that means we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Spinning my head, it don't even matter what you think you said. 'Cause I got my
This week at Macy's, take an extra 20% off everything you need for holiday hosting with your coupon or Macy's card. That's on top of already great deals, like 60% off kids' dresses and dressy looks, 30 to 70% off gorgeous fine jewelry, and 40 to 50% off dining and entertaining essentials. Plus, Macy's Star Rewards members can earn rewards even faster during Star Money Bonus Days, going on now at Macy's. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
With one of the best savings rates in America, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Slash to be in your band.
Next up for lead guitar. You're in.
Cool. Yep, even easier than that. And with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.